Hey guys, this is the Irish Brotherhood podcast. It's the first episode, and I'm Adi.
I'm Ruben. Nice to meet you guys. So
And oh, sorry,
it's
go on, Ruben.
good. It's good. Um, my phone's on its last leg, so the quality won't be great, but you gotta show up for your first one always, and we'll improve every single one. So the plan for this podcast is we'll get people from the group chat and who are Irish or in Ireland who are on self improvement, and we'll make podcasts on what we learned, our goals, success stories, and things we can work on. So I'll just do you want to introduce yourself, Adi?
So I'm Adi, and I'm 21 years old, and I am in my final year of university, and I'm doing mechanical engineering. I started my self improvement journey fairly late compared to Ruben. So I started like a year and a half ago, so maybe like just after I turned 20. So yeah, so it wasn't. It's a bit odd how I started a bit late, but I guess there's more since Ruben started earlier than I have. I'd say it would be I'd have a lot to learn from him, I guess, as well as he might learn some stuff from me. Ruben.
Oh yeah. So I'm 16. I started self improvement when I was like 13, 14. I actually started like when I started self improvement, I started from TikTok. So I saw self improvement videos on TikTok. It was kind of like a blessing and a curse because I learned about self improvement and was addicted to TikTok at the same time. So so after a bit of debating it, downloading it, re-downloading it, like I haven't had TikTok for about a year now, and I've gone to most of self improvement habits. I've started a few businesses, probably not the most successful, but took an action and I've learned a lot of things. And um, I'm 16 and I'm in TY, so that's transition year. So it's like 2 years before the end of school. So yeah, that's me. I play a lot of football. That's my purpose currently, and I'm trying to reach the highest level I can. So, Adi, how do you start self improvement?
So, like Ruben, he started with TikTok. In my case, it was YouTube, and it's first started with like a bit of a trying to because I was curious about NoFap, and I wanted to start it after like a huge period of you can say degeneracy. So, and then I came across like a lot of self improvement YouTubers, but I did fall into the trap of mental masturbation, as you can call it, where I felt like I was productive by watching the videos, but I wasn't doing anything. Other than that, like I wasn't taking action. I'd say only fairly recently I took action, maybe a couple of months ago. Like currently, I am in college, so it is a bit hard to put in the time for everything that I wanted to. I did start like a small business with a few of my mates during the summer last year in 2023. It's a bit slow, but it's still alive, I guess. And I did get TikTok. I was anti TikTok even when I wasn't on my self improvement journey, but I got TikTok because I wanted to try and upload content and see how I find it. So far it's going good. I'll put the link in the bio. But
Nice.
yeah, that's about it really. And current habits that I would say that I've stuck to are meditating and reading a book. And by reading book, non-fiction. So the current book I'm reading is the Holy Bible. Since I've been intrigued by religion lately. Ruben?
Nice. Yeah, the Bible's really I've only started reading it as well. I read the start. I find it kind of confusing, but it's also got some really valuable information in it. Also, I was just wondering what self improvement content creators did you watch? Because for me, I'd be watching Hamza, who else is good? Ali Abdal, um, Yeah, I was watching some professional footballers like who'd give advice on like how to become better athletes, such as become elite, and I can't think of any at the top of my head right now. So I was wondering what content creators would you be like watching and then just not take any action from?
So the first YouTuber I actually came across was Hamza. Probably like yourself. The thing about Hamza is I first started watching him because as I was like 18, 19, probably when I first came across Hamza, it's all about like picking up girls and that type of stuff, those type of videos. Well, Hamza had his period like that, so he did have a lot of videos. And yeah, it did help, I guess, in picking up girls. It wasn't like productive, as you can say. But over time, another YouTuber I came across was Iman Gaji. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, yeah. I watched a lot of his videos on like business, and I think it's valuable information, but I'd say it's not very actionable. Like I'd say that his videos are more lots like very clickbaity, and like he gives you good advice on like such as like, investing and like starting businesses, but it's kind of I find it harder to take action from his actual like business advice compared to someone like Hamza's is actually very good for like giving actionable steps that you can actually do, unlike unlike Iman Gadzhi.
The thing about Iman Gaji, I'd say his older, like his really old videos are what I find interesting because he basically recorded his journey from
Oh
being
yeah,
a kid that was came from nothing basically. Do you know much about his story?
yeah, yeah. Actually, the videos I find most useful from him were his oldest videos. I used to like his vlogs because I used to have a YouTube channel. I don't currently, and he he his old videos were like really helpful. Like I liked his vlog format, so I like kind of copied it and used it as for me, like for my videos.
The one tip that Iman Gaji has mentioned, I'd say, is I find it's very useful is um, he mentioned that one day, just one random day, go to like a coffee shop where like rich people go and just go in and order a coffee and just see like the type of people that come there. And you can really like you can find opportunities that way. You can find many people that are like successful. You can see how they act, how they present themselves, and then even from that, you can even find network in a way
Did you
from
do that?
that. I would say yes and no. I'd say yes, when in the sense of I actually went to a relatively decent coffee shop in Dublin. I'm in Dublin right now, so I went into a decent coffee shop just to basically see how people react, how people act, how they present themselves, and it gave me a bit of an insight about how different people that you could say that are in the rat race compared to people that are have successful businesses or are doing well. And I would say no in the sense where I didn't network.
How do the people like present themselves in a high end coffee shop that you went to, like compared to
So
the one?
okay, so the thing is, right? I saw two types of people. I saw people that wore relatively expensive stuff, and then there were people that were very understated and wore simple stuff. Like there were people wearing like relatively normal things, like you could see someone wearing like a t-shirt or something that could be from like H&M or like from Pennies or something. Then you see some guy wearing probably like something blank, but it'd have like a small detail saying what brand it was. Like a guy had, for example, had like a proper full black puffer coat and with the Prada logo on it, but like it was you wouldn't notice it. That type of.
Hmm. Yeah, very interesting. I haven't actually done that, but that seems like good advice. Um, the I was just wondering, what struggles would you have like when you first started and currently in South Africa? So for me, uh, what I my struggles would be like business side aspects. I started a car washing business during the summer, and like I made like roughly 150, 100, maybe 140 euro through the whole summer. So it wasn't that much, but that was probably my most successful money wise business. Also had a YouTube channel, upload like 50 videos, but I decided to do it because basically like like everyone I knew found out about it, and I was kind of bad for my mental health, kind of. So I just decided on deleting it, and I was, I'm still thinking of bringing it back or starting a new one, but currently I haven't. So they're like my two most successful like business ventures. So I do want to improve that side, and also just like staying consistent and not doing like the bad habits. What about you? What struggles
Okay.
did you have?
So, as I said, I did start a bit later than you did. So, I'd say my struggles, I'd say, wouldn't be as relatable until maybe when you reach 18, 19. So, in my case, I came to college, university, and I was basically doing what everyone was doing, partying, all that sort of stuff. And then, like, the only thing I'd say was consistent was going to the gym, but even then I was kind of half arsing that as well. Like I wasn't going as much hard as I could in the gym, and my diet wasn't on point. Like if you're partying and not getting enough sleep, recovery, you're not making any progress. So I'd say it's just the idea of living in the setting of university. It's kind of hard to be consistent with all the good habits, I would say.
Yeah, that sounds like a tough environment. Currently, I'm in a pretty good environment. I'd say I live like my gym's just down the road, so I find it easy to go to the gym. I relatively healthy diet. It's okay. I still it's not the best diet. But I'd say I have a better than average diet, and yeah, I'm kind of happy with my environment because I'm just living in my parents' house, and pretty good environment for we've got a nice garden, so I get to like just go out spend time in nature every single day, as well as go play football close by. So I'm very happy with my environment. I'm sure the college is much tougher. You're probably in a smaller space, dorm room, and they're like parties are happening like really close by, and you just like it's more tempting. Like
Yeah, the dorm room setting, it can be a good thing and a bad thing. It can be good thing in the sense where you're kind of by yourself, so you can like stay disciplined that way because no one's there. But at the same time, since you're in a dorm, there's many other people that are like following the uni life, you could say. So they're like partying and all that. So while yes, it's like a yes and no sort of situation because I was comparing myself to when I was at home to here, where I was more consistent with all my goals and everything. I had like everything set when I was at home. While here, it's all a bit all over the place, even though I am trying to fix it.
yeah, what are your goals for the future then? Since you just
Can you
moved
repeat
here.
that?
Oh, sorry. What are your goals for the future? Like now that you started self improvement.
So start from starting self improvement. One thing that I sort of realized is the thing is I realized this quite late. I'd say like I had a feeling at first. I knew uni wasn't for me, but like I was sort of doing it because everyone else was doing it. And then late, I'd say now that I'm in my last year of uni, I'd say around the last year or so, maybe around third year of uni, I realized that I don't want to be stuck doing a typical 9 to 5. Yes, there are people that enjoy that life, which I respect, but for me personally, I feel like I'd rather work for myself. While having the degree is good, and I suggest that having a degree should be there as it can act as a backup plan. But I would say that for me, I would rather work for myself, self-employment, maybe starting a business. I feel like that would be something that I'd like to pursue. Hopefully, from this podcast.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Some of my goals for the future would be probably like probably start using social media more to produce like the podcast and just stay consistent with it. Post every single week or every single week, twice a week. Stay consistent with it. One of my big goals is what's good to reach the League of Ireland level in football. So like in Ireland, we've got like different levels of football, and League of Ireland's the highest level. So I'm currently at the division below. So one of my goals is to progress to that. Also, just keep consistent with the self improvement habits, such as cold showers. Cold showers is one of the things that I actually am very consistent with and happy with. But such as consistently eating healthily, um, getting good sleep every single night, and probably what's good. Sometimes I get a bit and a bit of anxiety, so try to overcome that by being more confident and using strategies such as like body language and breathing fully to in conversations.
So that's our goals for the future, and this was relatively short, but we'll keep progressing. And as it's our first episode, hope things will go up from here.
Yeah, we'll try 1% better every single time. Let's go. Hopefully, we'll be able to get someone on from group chat in the next episode, and we can interview them, ask them about their self improvement story, and see what we have in common and what we can learn. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and just for context, the group chat Ruben's talking about is this group chat with like-minded people that live in Ireland that that go through a self-improvement journey, and it's on WhatsApp. So we'll put a link down below as well if you
Yeah,
just want to join.
all right. See you. Have a good one.
Right,
Bye.
you too. Yep.